Hey guys, it's Chelsey. So the lighting and just me in general is a bit of a shit show right now. I remember I used to say that phrase all the time, but my voice is like, oh my god, like my throat hurts, or it's actually more my vocal cords, and the lighting is a mess because I'm filming at like 6 o'clock at night, which is really late for me, and there's no natural light at all, so I'm just using some lamps. And anyway, and my hair is a mess because I really need a shower because yeah, anyway. Now that I've introduced this video, I wanted to make this video just kind of having a bit of a discussion about underage drinking. I don't know, like every party I go to, the kind of subject, not the subject matter of like the amount of trouble you can get in and just all that kind of stuff always comes up. And for me, it's just always been an interesting topic of conversation as far as underage drinking. You know, is it good? Is it bad? You know, drugs and just different things like that. So I just want to have a little bit of a conversation about it. It's just a chill video. And I just wanted to film the video that I put up, my last video, which is like first date advice or whatever. I really wanted to film that day, but I was just, I don't know, I wasn't really passionate about putting that video up, but this one is actually one that I really do want to put up. So anyway, apologize for the video this past week. It was just, I just wanted to put something up and I wanted to film a video, but I wasn't necessarily passionate or wanting to talk about that topic really. I was just asked to talk about it, but anyway, so yeah, so as far as, you know, drinking and things like that, you know, I come from a family that has alcoholism. I come from like people dying from alcohol related problems. I come from a family where my cousin was involved in an accident involving underage drinking and killed another person. I have seen what alcohol, when misused, can do, but I, as far as going through college and things like that, have seen the benefits of alcohol, and I've seen why people get addicted per se to it. And I'll start off by saying, you know, like I come from, you know, my parents like to drink and everything. Never had my like safety been put on the line because of that. Like they can definitely like handle their alcohol. They're not like crazy, or sometimes they are, but you know what I mean? Like it's not like a major, like my parents are alcoholics. It's just like my parents, you know, drink casually. But you know, so I never really grew up drinking. So I get to college and there's just alcohol everywhere. Like, and this was a private college. So a private college, alcohol everywhere. Imagine like a big time university. There's literally alcohol everywhere. And there's no restrictions on getting it. Besides, you don't have to be 21, but most of the alcohol selling places in a college town will give it to you without being 21. Anyway, so, you know, I grew up, that's like the background. And I got to college and really drank heavily for the first time. And it was a whole new experience for me. I saw why people got addicted to it, because for a moment, I'm talking a brief moment, I was drinking every day for like a week, like like just like sitting in my room just drinking, like and just having fun. Because the thing about drinking and drugs is the kind of high and the kind of relief and the kind of, you don't have to think about the shit that's going on. I was going through a lot when I was in college. I was going through a lot of, you know, being away from home, being away from my boyfriend, you know, trust, just my trust is like maxed out for people at this point. You know, trying to make new friends, just craziness, just like making mistakes. And like I was just, it was cray. Okay, a freshman in college, you go through a lot of shit. Depression, anxiety, more depression. I wasn't really dealing with anxiety, but anyway, so I like, to escape my problems, I was drinking, and I knew it wasn't a good habit, and I snapped out of it really quick, especially coming from a family of people that have done that, and I've seen what it leads into. And it is not a life of luxury and happiness and casual drinking. It's a life of being dependent on alcohol and doing anything you can to get it. And calling your family's house at 3 a.m., like scaring the shit out of them because you're drunk. And the thing about alcohol, here's my take. The thing about alcohol and just underage drinking in general, first of all, in nature and in life, there is no restriction on alcohol. Alcohol is something that I'm not exactly sure when it originated, but has been around since like native times. Like I know, you know, they had their own kind of juju stuff they would make, and it's like alcohol. And there's no restriction in life. Now, in the countries that we live in, they have certain restrictions. Like in the US, you have to be 21. In different places, it's 18. I believe in Mexico, you have to be like above the bar level or something like that. That's what I hear. I have no idea though. But, you know, anyway, it's just depending on where you live, there's different restrictions. But I do not think that in order to be responsible enough to drink, you need to be 21. I understand the reducing of casualty rates and drunk driving and things like that by making the age 21. 21 is a symbol of really being an adult. You're 20 now. You're probably out of, you know, in college or about to get out of college. You know, like that's a good age to have people be allowed to buy alcohol. But I don't necessarily think that should be the determination of whether you should drink or not. I think that drinking is fun. Drinking can let you forget about your problems for a little bit. And I know that's not necessarily healthy, but sometimes you just need to. Sometimes, you know, not even dealing with real shit, just dealing with like a long week at work. It's just nice to just sit there and just forget. Just have a little bit of release from reality for only a moment. And sometimes it gets addicting, but you know, if you are drinking, I would hope that you're responsible enough to know that kind of sign that you're starting to become dependent on this and cut yourself off. I think that's the big problem with alcoholism, is people not being able to recognize the dependency and therefore stop it. I think drinking is fun. I think, you know, you can have a great time, but I also do think that responsibility and you know, comes into play. I've definitely seen alcohol go wrong. I've seen people injure themselves severely on alcohol. I've seen people mess up their lives drinking alcohol. You know, like this person at my college who had like a scholarship got expelled because of having too many alcohol, whatever, incidences with the campus security. So, and basically, who knows what he's going to do now? I mean, lost all his scholarships, you know, things like that. And I definitely think that being able to be responsible comes into play. And just, you know, when you are drinking, please just be aware of your surroundings. You know, make sure there's people that you really do trust around you. I had a big problem with that I was around a lot of people that I didn't trust. And there was actually one night where I was really scared because where we were at, which was a college bar, the cops got called because someone had gotten alcohol poisoning, and I couldn't get a ride home because everyone had just left and I was screwed. And I was freaking out because I could walk back to campus, but the odds of something happening to me were very high because of the walk there was down this shady road. And anyway, I was calling everyone, just everyone I knew, and no one answered. And I eventually did get a ride, but it was very scary, and it showed me that the people that I was around I couldn't really trust and weren't really my friends, because at the end of the day, when my safety came into play, they didn't care. And that was really scary for me. And I know lots of people who have, you know, had a gun pulled on them while drinking. And the problem when you're drinking is you can't make the best decisions. You can't make an informed, alert decision. So I would always say to limit your alcohol until you are fully comfortable. And of course, even if you're fully comfortable, something can happen. But, you know, as far as sexual assault all the way up to someone getting killed, the chances of something like that happening are always heightened when you are not fully aware like that. So I would definitely say, you know, to have a few drinks, you know, depending on your tolerance, until you can get to a place of being comfortable, and at that point continue to drink. But definitely don't show up somewhere completely fucked up, because you have no idea. And honestly, when it comes to situations like that, you never realize how big it is until it happened. You never realized what, you know, you never realize, like, I could have gone to jail that night because I really could have at that bar. I could have, there was a time where there was like the suspicious guy and things like that. I could have gotten killed. Like, you never realize how precious and how crazy life can get until all of a sudden it's right in front of you. Someone's holding, you know, someone wherever you are has a gun, and you're just like, what? Like, you can't function because you've had too much to drink. And anyway, so I would just say to limit yourself until you can be fully comfortable, and then have a good time, because honestly, drinking is fun. It's all about having a good time. It's social. It's, you know, but definitely just be responsible. Just don't be an idiot. You know what's best for you. And I say this all the time, that, you know, as people, like, we have instincts and we know when something's going to be good, when something's going to be bad. There's a difference between being nervous and just having a gut instinct that this is going to go south really fast and I shouldn't do this. But at the end of the day, I think you can only make that decision for yourself. Have a good time, and don't take it too seriously, but definitely take it a little seriously, because I don't want anything to happen to you guys. And definitely your chances of things happening are always heightened in situations like that, when you are on something or doing something or what have you. But definitely just, you know, have a good time, enjoy it. If any of you guys are in college, you definitely have probably been, you know, exposed to those things if you never have before. And it's fun, and, you know, kind of do it while you can, because honestly, once you get older and have a family and a career, you can't really do things like that. So do it while you can. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so I will see you guys next time here on Life of Chelsey. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or want to add on to anything I'm saying. I apologize if any of you are very anti-alcohol or anti-drugs. In watching this video. I completely respect your opinion, but also you need to respect people that are going to choose to do so. And you know, there's reasons for it, there's reasons not to. So, and at the end of the day, it's always a personal decision. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.